Hi, everybody. I'm Adriana Hopkins with ABC 7 News, coming to you from Prince George's County for PGCMLS this week. At this special Inauguration Eve event, New York Times bestselling author Kate Anderson Brower, an expert in White House history and the presidency, discusses presidential inaugurations on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Her most recent books are Team of Five, The President's Club in the Age of Trump, and children's book Exploring the White House Inside America's Most Famous Home. Celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with children's stories, a song with a few signs, and a craft during the MLK Read Aloud event on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Teens, in anticipation of the new TV show, join PGCMLS and the Human Relations Commission to discuss Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo this Thursday at 4 p.m. On Friday at 3 p.m., make snowy owls painted using cotton balls during this week's Crafternoon for Kids. It's not too late to participate in the Wizards Winter Reading Challenge at your library. Complete the challenge, logging all activities on Beanstack, such as reading, watching Wizards games, attending virtual library programs, and staying active to be entered into a raffle. Raffle prizes include a Wizards jersey, a Junior Wizards Camp voucher, a Wizards bobblehead, and so much more. Stay warm this winter with Prince George's County Memorial Library System and find out all the events and resources available to you at any time on pgcmls.info.
Hi, good afternoon. It's Roberta Phillips, the CEO for the Prince George's County Memorial Library System. Hope you're having a great day. As you saw from Adriana Hopkins, we are partnering with the Washington Wizards to bring you a reading program, the Wizards Winter Reading Challenge. I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. Joining me today is Cymmone New. She's the Marketing Communication Coordinator at the Washington Wizards and Monumental Sports and Entertainment. She previously worked with the Washington Mystics, Baltimore Brigade, Orlando Magic, and Kansas City Chiefs, who she'll be rooting for this weekend. Woo-hoo. She holds an MBA and Master of Sport Business Management from the University of Central Florida and a Bachelor of Journalism from the University of Missouri-Columbia. Also joining us today is Erin Johnson. She is the marketing manager for the Washington Wizards, where she has worked for the past 3 years. She previously worked as a marketing manager for the Washington Castles and marketing and program director at Overtime Athletics in Virginia. She holds BA in graphic design from UMBC and was a collegiate soccer player. She's also active volunteer with the Alzheimer's Association's Blonde versus Brunettes DC program. Welcome to the show. So, how have the Wizards been adapting to COVID? I mean, we're always wanting to make sure that our players are safe, and so tell us a little bit about that.
So right now, the Wizards are adapting to COVID just like any other team. We went into the hiatus in about April, and we've kind of been figuring out everything since then, going from the bubble to what we're doing now, which is currently no fans in the stands. It's been an interesting time as well as a really fun time where we get to really interact with our fan base via social media and via Zoom and ways that we couldn't do in person. So it's been a struggle, but we're also learning and we're having some fun.
Good to hear. What are the team's values when it comes to community partnerships and programs? Because we are so very honored to have you joining the library systems in DC, Prince George's County, and also Virginia.
Yeah, so a lot of things that when people think of Wizards and the basketball team, you automatically think of the game and what's on the court. But what these different community programs allow the fans to see is the human behind the basketball player. And that's something that I'm very passionate about. A lot of players, obviously they get these celebrity titles, and it's often really easy for you to forget, the players' likes, the players' dislikes, and what they actually do off of the court. So what these programs allow them to do is connect with the fan base on a different type of level. beyond just basketball, and being able to touch you differently, whether that be with these reading programs that we have or some of the other different community activities that the players are involved in. Like Russell Westbrook recently did a backpack giveaway where he came to schools and he gave some things out. Bradley Beal is also really involved with the community. So that is definitely something really high that we love to do and that we love to incorporate into a lot of the things here at the Wizards.
And so what is the Wizards Winter Reading Challenge and what inspired it?
Yeah, so, okay, so when COVID-19 hit and we were all kind of given this new task of moving things virtually and reaching our fans in ways that we haven't before, we sat down and we tried to think of different ways to reach our younger fans, not just through basketball, which we had different junior Wizards activities going on, but also through education. And so we came up with District Learn and Play. And so within that District Learn and Play is a couple different learning activities. We have science and STEM, which is Wizards Laboratory. And then we also have the Reading Zone, which is, so pulled it up here. This is the Wizards District Play and Learn. I said Learn and Play. Play and Learn. So you'll see there on the sides, you'll have the Wizards Reading Zone. There's also the Wizards Laboratory, and then there's some at-home activities and Wizards Physics as well. So the Reading Zone is where this lives with our new challenge. So when you go to the Wizards Reading Zone and you scroll down, you'll see an invitation to join the challenge. And what stemmed from this is just being able to really reach all of our different fan bases within the entire DMV area. So that was really big to us, me and Erin, as well as the entire Wizards organization, is to be able to reach more than just DC, which would be DC Public Library, because our fan base is really based out of Maryland and Virginia as well. So we got to partner with you guys, and we got to partner with Alexander Library to have this challenge, which opened on New Year's Day and runs until March 31st.
Yes, so I noticed that there's a scroll, so people can still register for this, and we encourage you to do so. There's some awesome prizes. Right now we have over 600 folks registered, which is great. We would love to get to 1,000. So come on, guys, register.
Register.
Yeah. So what are the goals for the reading challenge?
Yeah, if you scroll back up and click on the reading challenge, we can take us in there. And so really the goals of the challenge was just to get as many kids as we can to start reading and start talking about reading. Building building a reading culture within our youth is very important. And we know the type of platform that we have as a Washington Wizard, that if we encourage kids to read, that they might take it better from the Wizards saying, hey guys, get out there and read, than if their teacher is saying, hey, read, because they hear that so often. But it's not as often that you'll hear, there's a video on there that you'll hear Bradley Beal and you'll hear Troy Brown telling you to read. So our goal really is just to build that positive reading culture and actually get kids to start loving to read.
Absolutely. And, I think it's great to have the players' perspective, because they all know how important school is. Many of them obviously had to get to the college level to play, and then, being able to go from there. It's a lifelong challenge. My cat's meowing at the door. Sorry. So this is the first tri-state library focused reading challenge in the DMV. And so what was the process for making this happen?
Oh man, it was a process. So first, after we had the idea, originally, we were just like, we need a library, and we weren't even thinking about systems at this point. We just wanted one library to be able to say, hey, we'll join you. And then after we were brainstorming, an idea came up, why just one library? Let's try to get as many libraries as we can involved. And so after we were able, me and some marketing and our sales got into it as well. After we were able to kind of build the idea out a little bit more, we reached out to the contacts that we had. And so we had contacts at DCPL, and then we were able to get context for you guys. And then through PG County, we were able to get a contact for Alexandria Library. So it was a lot of collaboration, not just between the Wizards, but between the libraries as well. A lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of back and forth emails, and a lot of ideas being exchanged. So Beanstack is where the program is run on, and I'm sure your audience might know a little bit more about Beanstack than me and Erin did in the beginning, but we weren't too well versed on it. So we actually leaned heavily upon the people, the staff at the libraries to help us out. Shout out to Rachel. She really took the reins behind this and really built this up for us. What she did was she built a parent page, if you will, and she was able to build a parent page that the other libraries could look at and replicate on their own systems. So it was really exciting. And with the libraries, we were able to plan out what we wanted. I believe there's 4 badges. There's a reading badge. There is a fitness fun badge. There is a virtual programming badge. And then there is a connect and share.
Yes. So, and I think that's really important right now, especially with, COVID and kids having so much screen time, that getting out and being active is also something we're all encouraging kids to do, whether we work for a sports team or not, because we know that fresh air and activity is going to help just their overall health and well-being. So we always like that component because health and wellness is something we try to promote as well through the library. And I like that you also have some STEM and science content. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so that comes from our Wizards Laboratory. And so Wizards Laboratory is in actual partnership with Mad Science of Washington, D.C. So what we do there, if you guys, I might be dating myself here because I don't know if Bill Nye the Science Guy was out for these younger generations, but back in my
you're not dating me for sure.
Back in my heyday, it was Bill Nye the Science Guy. So what Mad Science is doing is they're trying to put a fun twist on science and how it relates to basketball. So each month they make this video that we go ahead and edit, and we slap on some funky sounds, and we put some graphics in there. You'll see on that second video there's a basketball falling out of the sky, and it's a really cool interactive video for kids to watch and kind of see the fun behind science and how it relates to basketball. We got a gravity episode so far, energy, depth perception, and then next month we're going to be having one about calories. So you guys got a sneak peek extra that we'll be having next week about calories, or next month rather.
Great. And it's so important for kids to know that, you all know this, but science is involved in everything we do, whether it's jumping, dribbling, running, everything we do. Science is just there. And so we really appreciate that, because we also do want to support the learning that's happening online right now. A lot of kids, need some fun activities to go with their Zoom meetings that are happening. In fact, I saw something where a kid said online that he had a Zoom call, and he goes, "Oh, that could have been handled in an email." So they're getting very sophisticated for sure. So what are some of the prizes that folks might win?
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool prizes that we're offering for the reading challenge. So there are some that you'll get just for participating in general. So we're going to be giving away some t-shirts. We're going to be giving away some different posters that we have of the Wizards as well. And then if you completely complete the challenge, you're going to be entered into some raffle prizes. Raffle prizes are really cool because you're going to be winning some Wizards jerseys. You're going to be winning some virtual experiences. And so as Erin I think Erin might have mentioned it, or we might have been talking in a different conversation, but we can't have fans in the arena at the moment. So you will be entered into a raffle to win a very cool virtual prize to be inside of a game at the Wizards arena. There's also going to be some Junior Wizards camp vouchers. So you'll get to attend a Junior Wizards camp for free, which is really cool. Those have been, we had our first one Friday, and that was really cool. Isak Banga stopped by, and he said hello to the campers. So they had a lot of fun asking him questions. So you never really know what's going to happen at a Junior Wizards camp and who might show up. We have some bobbleheads that you could win. And I think Kid Club kits. Kid Club kits are really cool. So they'll have a DC Family branded backpack. There's a mini basketball hoop in there. If you go to that Kids Club tab at the top, you might be able to see a picture of it. And maybe we might have taken it. Oh, there it is. So you'll get that DC Family branded backpack. There's that coloring pennant, that hoop set, and then a really cool arm sweatband and headband there too. So we're giving a few of those away as well.
And I noticed there's, just a plethora of stuff on this website. There's, I want to do the crossword now, or the word search. And are the camps in person?
No, not yet. Unfortunately, they're all virtual.
They're all virtual.
Still gotta keep it safe.
At least for now, right?
At least for now.
Okay.
And we're doing with our camps, we're actually doing virtual game day clinics too. So
nice.
On the lookout for those. Our next one is February 5th. But our camps and clinics do really well every year, and they're for all different ages.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what was I going to say? Oh, the Wizards Book of the Month.
Yeah. So the Wizards Book of the Month is another part of the Wizards Reading Zone. That, again, is in partnership with all 3 libraries. So we have DC Public Library, we have PG County Memorial Library System, we have Alexander Library. And what happens is each month, the libraries have an opportunity to pick one book for 3 different reading grades. So we got K through 2, 3 through 5, and 6 through 8. So if you click on, we can go to your guys' page if you want. Oh, you already did it. So here are our January Wizards Book of the Month. And you'll see them all there. And if you continue to scroll down and click the link, it'll take you directly to the library's website so that you can check it out there and be able to read the book. Now, what we're encouraging with the Wizards Book of the Month is the same thing with the Wizards Reading, or with the Wizards Winter Challenge, is just to promote reading and talking about reading. So we're encouraging our fans who do read the book to tell us about it, tweet us about it, show us a picture of them reading it, and you'll have a chance to be showcased on our social media channels to let everybody know to check out the book.
Awesome. So librarians are very aware that parents are their kids' first teachers. How do you encourage parents to get involved with their kids through the Wizards and these reading challenges?
Yeah, so right now we are using all of the parents' emails to connect. The kids, not a lot would have email addresses. So all of our newsletters are going out to the parents, and we're trying to get the parents to encourage reading. And if you have a youngster who can't necessarily read on their own, we're encouraging you to read the book to them, just to have that family fun. And, when they see a parent reading, they're more interested in reading as well. Another way that we're doing that with parents, as well as with incorporating the Wizards, we have a few, I forgot the name of it, but the Wizards are narrating the books to the kids. Wizards read-alongs, I think it's called. And we have a couple different players reading the books out loud to the kids. So it's something that the kids the parents and the kids can watch together and, practice words or practice reading sentences.
Absolutely. And for our early readers, as you said, those who can't read on their own, we always encourage parents to just have a great conversation with their kids. Building vocabulary is very important. Singing, dancing, moving, even things, with your your elementary school kids, such as making lists or making a menu for dinner or talking about science, like involved in the science. I mean, all of the talking that we do to kids really helps to develop their vocabulary. And the more we have conversations, the better our kids are ready to read and the more they're interested in reading. So I totally agree, Cymmone. Just modeling for kids is super, super helpful and super important. They see you doing it and they think, hey, this is a good idea. They see Wizards players reading and they say, oh, I guess I should read too, right?
Super cool.
Yeah, it is super cool. And like you said, sometimes if mom tells you go and read a book, you're like, okay, but if you have a NBA star telling you to read a book, you might want to
pick it up.
Yeah, you might want to pick it up. So, and I think it's also a great way for with the book of the month for kids within a family, or even those within a classroom that have Zoom together to share their books with each other and say, hey, I picked up the Wizards book of the month. Did you guys read it? And then, you need to do it. So I encourage parents to have those kind of even Zoom book clubs at this point. Or within your family if you have more than one sibling, of course. I'm one of 8 kids, so I always had a book club ready to go. Yeah. Also, scrolling across the screen, if you live in Prince George's County, you can register for Books from Birth. And that's a program where free books are sent to you by mail each month for your children ages birth to 5. And so that builds your home library. So we always, at the library, books are free. You can come curbside and pick them up. You can do it digitally. You can register for Books for Birth. You can check out the Wizards Book of the Month. So there's it's all about getting kids to read and getting kids to talk and explore and discover. So we're just thrilled that you are able to engage with the libraries this way. It's so cool.
To be here.
I'm just wondering if there is any questions people might have about the program or about the Wizards or about basketball. I think now would be a good time to just see if there's anything out there. If not, I'm going to put you both on the spot. Let's see. Oh, there you go. What do you like to read? That was going to be my next question.
I'll go first. So I actually just started a New Year's resolution to read 1 book a month. So I will admit that I've been caught up a little bit with work and everything going on, that I've gotten a little distance from reading myself. So I'm trying to commit at least. And so I'm taking suggestions from a lot of people on what to read. But the book that I'm reading right now is called The Invisible Half. It was on the New York bestseller list, and I think Erin and me were talking about it as well. So that is currently on the docket for February's book.
Great. How about you, Erin?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I love the fact that Cymmone is doing 1 book a month. I started that about 2 years ago, and finally this year, because of COVID, I exceeded my 1 book a month. Year. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for rom-coms. I love romantic comedies. I as well like I just finished The Nightingale, which was an amazing book. I'll read anything at this point, anything to like get my mind out of the normal day to day and get away from a screen for a while. So I really enjoy reading, and I'm glad I've gotten the chances to really dive into books lately.
Yeah, I mean, I had, when I realized we were going into COVID, I just had this like giant stack of books besides my bed, and I just kept going through them, and now I'm ready for another one. And it's really just a nice time to get back in touch with a good story, and I need to read that new Jacqueline Wood song that is Woodson's book that's the book of the month for older kids, because I like her writing a lot. So I'm gonna have to go to the library and pick that one up. So you said there's no fans for the Wizards. how do they just watch online, or can they watch on TV, or how do they watch the games?
Currently, you can watch the games on NBC Sports Washington or sometimes on NBA TV. But we do have this other option called Virtual Game Day, and it's presented by NBC Sports Washington. And it's a great second screen experience where we actually bring in, the halftime, the timeouts, and you get to see that on that second screen. It's a really interesting experience. You actually get to be in the chat and like chat with people and win things. And it's a very fun experience. You can't actually watch the game, but we do now have score graphics up there and a lot of just fun info. But that's also our our program. It's a virtual game day. So that's our program.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And, it always interests me because I was an athlete back when I was young, and, just what the coaches say during halftime and what happens when they get back in during a timeout, and, just that whole idea of the teamwork and the strategy behind any sports team it kind of feels like you're almost part of the team, hey?
It definitely does. Sorry, couldn't find it.
On mute.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you're a part of the team. You get to watch the warm-ups, listen to the music, watch the wizard dancers. I know a lot of people actually miss them. So
yeah,
it's a great experience bringing the Capital One Arena back to our fans. So
right. And so how long does the season? What's the time period of the season? Is it? I know it's probably a little shortened because we've had starts and stops, which I think kind of confuses some fans. So,
yeah. So I will say this season has been an interesting one. It's not our normal season. I believe we're playing 72 games instead of full 82. We've showcased our first half of the season, which will go about March 4th, and then second half of the season that'll go April, May, about mid-June to about so yeah, we're working in COVID times just like everybody else, and we're what I like to call it, I think Cymmone actually gave me this one, building the plane as it's flying. So we're working with the league. The league has done an amazing job at making sure that we're aware of everything that's going on, as well as, keeping us up to date on new learnings throughout the season.
Right. Yeah. And I think, it's I just was reminded that, it's just during this COVID time, like your sense of time and what's normal, like I often ask my husband, what day is it today? Because it just kind of all blends. And I think that's been the truth for me following my favorite sports teams. It's like, well, they're not playing because they have players with COVID, or they're playing, but the season's shortened. And so I think the best advice is just to go to the website, and you can get it all there, correct?
Yes, definitely. WashingtonWizards.com will tell you everything. Our social media is also up to date as well. You'll find out everything possible about Wizards on that website. And if you're a huge fan, definitely download our app.
You have an app. Okay.
Yeah, we have an app, and it's really great. But the best way to follow us is social media and website.
Yeah, and I think social media really allows you to kind of really be in touch with what's happening in real time. So we encourage everybody to follow us on social media as well. And the libraries have social media, y'all. We're hip.
Junior Wizards. That just launched. So the Junior Wizards account is simple, just at Junior Wizards. We're on Instagram, and we are on Twitter. So give us a follow too.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we just launched a Instagram for teens. So I think I see a connection there. That would be great. Also, I want to remind kids in Prince George's County Public Schools, if you have a link card, you can use it to access all of our resources and join this program with the Winter Reading Challenge, as well as a lot of other things we have to offer. Do you all have any questions for me?
What's your favorite book?
Well, my all-time favorite book is Harold and the Purple Crayon.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. But you know, I'm kind of with you, Erin. I like realistic fiction. I like a romance. I like a thriller. Been reading some really good thrillers lately. Just read one of the new John Grisham's. So, and there's Harold and the Purple Crayon, my favorite book. 50 years? Oh my gosh, I'm old.
Not at all.
Yeah, so you know, there's just so many good books. It's true, you know, so many books, so little time. I also got the Barack Obama memoir for Christmas, so I started reading that. And it sits right next to my Michelle Obama Becoming.
I have the Michelle Obama.
Yeah, I mean, they're married, you know, you gotta have them together. And so just so many good books. One of the authors we featured on our program was a woman named Michelle Harper in The Beauty and Breaking. And so, oh my gosh, love this book. You all need to read it. It's not a romance. It is a real book, but a real book meaning nonfiction, a real story. And it is just heartfelt and told. Dr. Harper is an ER doctor. She did work in Philadelphia, and now she's in New Jersey, but great read. And if anybody in our audience needs recommendations, please let the library know. We have so many avid readers, of course, on our staff. And we will also curate book bundles. So Erin, if you wanted a bunch of romances, we would bundle up the best romances we could get for you. You could come by and pick them up in our curbside with your PGCMLS library card, and out the door you go. Well, out the door we go. We'll bring them right to your car.
I was just about to ask that. Are you guys currently have any libraries that are open right now? Or are they all curbside?
Right now we're curbside. We don't know when we're going to be able to open safely, much like you all. We just want to keep our staff safe. But we have so much virtual content, and we also are doing mobile printing. Folks can access Wi-Fi in our parking lots. And we also will do book bundles, STEM kits, and of course, our physical books can be brought to your car.
Great.
Yep. So, and also, folks from DC and Northern Virginia and other counties in Maryland can get a PGCMLS virtual card. So if you don't live here, you can get a virtual card. And we just want to make sure that everybody is reading all the time, just like the Wizards. So any other questions for today's conversation? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate the opportunity to collaborate and to partner with you all. We hope this is the first year of many to come. And I think it'll just keep getting stronger and stronger. And the more we can do for our community together, we're in. So let us know if you need anything else. And keep reading, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for having us, guys.